what's interesting about that with Korea is not only is it the number one, the only country that said material well-being came first.
여러분의 삶을 의미 있게 만드는 가치는 무엇인가요? 미국의 여론조사기관에서 17개 선진국을 대상으로 설문조사한 결과 유독 한국 사람들이 다른 국가들과는 달리 독특한 결과를 보였는데요. 펜실베니아 주립대학교 샘 리처드 교수가 그 결과를 바탕으로 학생들과 토론하고 있습니다. 함께 보시겠습니다.
We're going to have a conversation about values, okay? You're going to tell us what you see about these different countries from your particular perspective, okay? Every single person in this room has just a different way of seeing things, right? Because everyone goes through something different, right? Everyone sees something different. Everybody has different experiences. We often get stuck arguing with one another or whatever, having these conversations about the right way to see something, the wrong way to see something. But the truth is, every one of these people in here has a different vision of the world because every person has walked a unique path and has a unique background, just like all of you, right? Research looked at 17 more advanced economies, and they asked people, what makes life meaningful?
여러분은 어떤 가치를 가장 우선에 두시나요? 학생들은 어떤 선택을 했는지 함께 보시죠.
And just wanted to know, like, what is it? And they gave them all these different options here of really kind of focusing on what makes your life meaningful. So I want you all, the four of you, to look at this, and I want you all to answer that.
I would say health.
Health, okay, what else?
Education.
Health and education for you? Okay. What do you think Mexicans would say?
I think they would say family and spirituality or freedom or and religion.
Uh-huh. And Danielle, how about you?
Right now I would say friends and education.
Yeah, and what do you think Americans would say?
Like anyone.
What's the top choice for Americans?
I'd probably say like freedom and occupation maybe.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Society.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yun Song. How about you? What do you what is it for you?
I want to pick two, but I want to combine them.
Yeah?
One is material well-being and one is freedom.
Material
So I want to be,
well-being and
materially
freedom.
freedom.
Yep. Okay.
Do you know what it means?
All right. And Chuzi, how about you?
For me, I value most friends and the health.
Friends and health? Okay. So, it's interesting that you say that. So here is, I'm going to show you, so I saw this, and dude, first off, it's so fascinating that Yun Sung, that you answer material well-being as your top. So can you go to the next slide?
조사 결과 17개국 중 14개국이 가족을 최우선 가치로 뽑았고 나머지 3개국, 한국, 대만, 스페인은 다른 결과가 나왔습니다. 한국은 물질적 풍요를 최우선으로, 대만은 사회, 스페인은 건강을 1순위로 뽑았는데요. 이 결과에 대해 어떻게 해석하고 있는지 이어서 보시죠.
Just take a look at that. We don't have China up here, and we don't have Mexico up here, but I know I can tell you what it's going to be for them. But look at how everybody says family, except Spain, which says health first, and families down here, which is so fascinating. South Korea, which is material well-being, which is exactly what you said. And Taiwan is society. And some of the society for Taiwan is largely because of just the relationship right now with mainland China. Yun Sung, how about what is it that led you? You said material well-being, like you were right on with this. Like what is that? What's that mean?
Before I begin, I admit I saw your research and I should have answered the material well-being in the first place, but in my personal thoughts, so Koreans who grew up in 1950s, which is our ancestors and my fathers, they went through Korean War in their early childhood, and some of them lost their family in the war, and the way to protect their family was to and those cost money.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, why most people pick material well-being in the first place is because they want to protect their family. I think it's the most thing they consider about it.
So what's interesting then is that, so what you're saying is, even though people are, so the number one, what's interesting about that with Korea is not only is it the number one, the only country that said material well-being came first. So what's interesting is that when you say material well-being, it means something very different than just the idea like, hey, I'm just out here for myself. Like I'm going to do a, like Choosy here, I'm going to have a startup and I'm going to make a lot of money and I'm going to buy a Ferrari or whatever.
That pick is not being a millionaire or being so rich like Elon Musk or
So the key is you don't really want to be super rich. You just want to be comfortable.
to just keep my family safe.
Keep the family safe. Okay. Which matters, right? Like here, which is interesting, right? Like in the U.S. So think about this. In the U.S., we're saying, and for both of you, right? You know, it's like, okay, we're going to put family first, but I'd like to be super rich, and then I can do whatever I want, and then that kind of is maybe I'll help me or maybe help my family. And you're saying like, no, the primary thing would be if I'm going to make money, it's to help my family.
보신 것처럼 경제력을 키워 가족을 지키고 싶다는 한국인들의 바람이 물질적 풍요를 최우선 가치로 뽑게 했다고 한국 학생이 발표하였습니다. 한국 사람들은 물질적 풍요하면 그저 개인의 부유함이 아니라 삶의 다른 가치들과 이어지며 가족의 안녕이 포함된 개념으로 보기도 하는데요. 이것은 대만 사람들이 중국과 갈등 상황 때문에 사회를 가장 중요한 가치로 선택한 것과 동일합니다. 한국은 불과 반세기 전만 해도 세계에서 가장 가난한 나라들 중 하나였습니다. 다른 선진국의 중산층들이 누리는 단란한 가정생활은 경제적으로 부유한 일부 사람들만 누릴 수 있는 것들이었고 현재도 휴전 중인 분단국가입니다. 전쟁 이후의 절대적 빈곤과 보릿고개는 오래전에 사라졌지만 가족과 자신을 지키기 위해 악착같이 돈을 벌어야 했던 그 트라우마가 세대를 이어 한국 사회에 여전히 남아있다고 생각됩니다. 여러분들은 오늘 주제에 대해 어떤 선택을 하셨나요? 여러분들의 생각이 궁금합니다.